Right, to light my fire, to start it, I use a paint stripper gun. That is going to light my fire. Normally only takes a couple of minutes and it'll be away. There she blows. One fire alight using cat litter, which is the wood pellets, because there is no moisture in them, designed specifically for pets, which works absolutely spot on. That's what I'm using. In pounds sterling, £3 a bag, 30 litres, absolutely brilliant. And it gives you no smoke up the chimney whatsoever. Now, see how easy that was to light, and we've now got a good fire going. Temperature already up to 260, 270, climbs very quickly. 280. Now you can see how quickly that heater climbs. That's been going 4 minutes. In 4 minutes we're up to 361. There we are. Oh, come on, shoot it. Oh, it's gone. .364 in Fahrenheit, there's. I think you can see that. Yep. Just to make it easy for you, there's the dimensions of the stove on the side. So you can see that it's 400mm to the back tube, plus 100, which is the width of the tube. As we climb, that back tube rises 500mm, 300mm across the top, and that is a 100mm OD diameter tube, spiral ducting. There's the rest of the dimensions on there. As you can see, it's burning quite nicely. Has got a basket inside to burn the pellets. Very simple. I'll go down here so you can see the basket. There we are. That is the fire burning in the basket. Very simple. Underneath there is a second burn chamber. It drops onto there, then it drops into the ash pan, which still keeps it burning I don't know if you can just see it. No, you can't. But it drops down into the next part and it still burns it all off. A little bit in the front here, it's just to stop the pellets dropping out the front. There's another shutter at the bottom. That is how simple it is. And then there's those two tubes there which go all the way down to the flames. Right, that is just an air feed in, and that is a 10mm box section. So there's 10mm gap all the way down. The gap at the bottom of the basket, between the basket and there, is 20mm. Doesn't look much, but that is quite critical for this thing to burn correctly, to get a nice blue flame, which is what you need. And the gaps between the basket are quite big, but the pellets don't drop through. They drop through when they've burnt, so you can see that yourself. Quite nice. I got nearly 10mm gaps there, which really work well with those particular pellets. This is those pellets. There they are. That's what I'm using. Works very nice. Right. And what I've done is I've used brake discs to dissipate the heat from the fire. They get nice and hot and they throw the heat round the workshop. This workshop is quite big. It's a 6 metre square workshop, and the temperature is, at the moment, we're on the wall, we're looking at around about 45 degrees. Let's get in there. There we are. Yes, you can just see that now, 45ish on my, that's the temperature in here. It will climb quite quickly. Right, that'll send you dizzy watching that bit. Right, and now I will get the old digital temperature gauge. That's the centigrade temperature. Change to Fahrenheit. There, that's the Fahrenheit. It will get up to 900. So give you some sort of idea. Climbs quite quickly. That has now been running 8 minutes. So pretty good for an 8-minute burn. You can see down the tube running quite nicely. Over the top. Right, there, look at that. Now that is lovely. That's a good burn, and that's only been running 8 minutes. The paint stripper gun is ideal because it starts to preheat the chimney, just that little bit that you need to get the draft going, and that makes all the difference. Part of the reason that it works so well is because the chimney is so big. It goes for a long distance. When it's outside, it climbs 2.5 meters above the roof. And on the top I have put cowls that follow the wind, which was so simple to make, to buy 180 quid, to make a tenner. If anybody wants to know how to make one, I will do another video at a later date. There we are, up and running. So you can see it all. When this fire gets up to temperature, it is hot enough to melt lead. These are some of the lead ingots that I've made out of my fire. That sits on the top. That just sits there, and because the temperature is so hot, it melts the lead, which I think is quite good. It's climbing now. You can see flue temperature. Get it to focus. There we are. That is now 10 minutes it's been running, and you can see how quickly that's climbing. and that's on the flue temperature. So we'll just check the actual temperature now. Centigrade temperature, climbing on the centigrade temperature. Go to Fahrenheit. There we are, Fahrenheit temperature, 400. There we are. Look at that. 10 minutes. Alright, chimney temperature. There we are, round about 260. And that means that outside, absolutely no smoke whatsoever. That's 12 minutes, and we're running up to temperature now. I think that concludes this video. I hope you find it interesting, and because you got the dimensions there, you'll be able to make your own. This is a 100mm system, and this is the first year it's been running, and it works very nicely. It heats my workshop absolutely like toast.